Okay. So we do two passes. The first is the energy hole, because it's nice. It's not so difficult, and you know it already. I remind you how it goes. We gather energy with the movement of our hands. Three inward circles, then five big circles, and then we catch energy while inhaling. Then we go down, breathing normally, and whatever we caught, we put it on the side of the thighs. We open up the fist, put it down on the thighs, and then we move our arms all the way upwards while inhaling. And then we do the same with in the other direction, the outward circles. Okay? So we begin. Stand parallel. Feel your body, your center, you're rooted. The crown is pulled upwards, chin backwards. Feet sink into the ground. And we begin 3 circles. 5 big ones going up. And inhale and catch energy. Once you caught the energy, we can go downwards, inward circles. All the way down. And we put the energy on the side of the thighs. And we throw the hands upwards while inhaling. And then we exhale while being aware of the energy going all over our body from top down. Now we do the same thing in the other direction, outward circles. So we begin with 3 small ones and 5 big ones going up. And on the 5th we catch energy while inhaling. And then we go downward. 1, 3, 4, and 5. Put the energy on the thighs and we throw the hands upwards while inhaling. And exhale, allowing the energy to go all over our body from top down. Feel your body. Make sure we can feel the feet in the ground, the crown pulled upwards to the sky, and you can feel yourself as a whole. And we do the sandwich point magical pass. So, peripheral view, we do it in style, slowly and gently. And we begin now. We make a fist and relax the fist. Open the hands, make a fist, and relax the fist. Let go of the fist. Inhale, palms facing upwards, and fill the lungs with air. And we exhale, the hands going sideways, and we slide down the axis, the hands forward. Turn the palms downwards, we make the tiger close. We bring energy to the centers, and then we exhale with flat hands upwards. Inhale. And exhale, what we do the thing, flat hands. Again. And back. Last time. We straighten the fingers and cut back and up. We inhale to the lower back. Exhale what we do with me. And we gather energy from the air to the navel center. Feel your body. So we do it one more time, Yang style, which is the same speed but much more like more staccato way of doing it. Okay. So again, I'm standing 45 degrees. Peripheral view, and we begin. Make a fist and relax. Make a fist and relax. Inhale, pelvis moving forward, palms facing upward, and exhale. Okay, we turn the hands downwards, make the tiger close, and bring energy to the center. And exhale, flatten. Two more times. Last time backwards. And straighten the fingers and cut back and up. Inhale to the lower back. Exhale. Gather energy from the earth and bring it to the center. And feel your body. So we'll sit down. We are going to practice the hand attention hand scan. Today it's going to be much quicker. It's important to begin while sitting comfortably, very comfortably. Please find your posture. And first click, we are aware of ourselves. Just be aware of yourself. Second click, connect to the earth. And third click, we create rapport with each other. And now, left hand on the navel center. And we're going to scan quicker, but with the attitude of renewing ourselves, renewing ourselves. We don't know in what way, but we're going to renew ourselves. So the right hand on top, and we go down. And once we get to the floor between the feet, we pause and be aware of our body, for the sensations in our body. And we go back up. All the way to the crown. Again, I emphasize be aware of the crown, also with your hand. See if you can pull it up a little bit. And then we go to the back of the head, and we go around the head from right to left. When we finish the circle, we go down the back of the neck and we go around the neck from right to left. It's a different rhythm, it's much quicker. Different attitude. And when we get to the back, we go over the shoulder, the left shoulder. Shoulder joint and all the way down the arm, the left arm, until we make it to the tip of the fingers. Once we get to the tip of the fingers, we pause again for several seconds to have impression of our whole body. And then we go back up. And again, we go down from the left shoulder, down the left side of our body, all the way to the waistline. And then we go to the right shoulder. And down from the right shoulder along the right part of our body to the waistline. And once we done it all the way to the waistline, we change hands, the right hand on the navel, and we move our left hand on top of our crown. Make sure you have a certain feeling or sensation. And we go down the axis. When we get to the floor between our feet, we pause again for a few seconds to have an impression of our whole body. And then we return. And again, when we get to the crown, make sure you have a certain feeling or certain sensation of, and see if it affects the way the head the position of the head and the neck, let's say. And then we go to the back of the head and around the head, from left to right. And we continue going over the neck from left to right too. Until we get to the right shoulder. And then we go over the right shoulder. Remember the attitude of renewing ourselves. And shoulder joint, down the arm, elbow, forearm, wrist, hand and fingers. When we reach the tip of the fingers, we pause again for several seconds to have an impression of ourselves, of our whole body. And then we go all the way back. And once again, we are over the right shoulder, and then we go down the right half of the body downwards. And we'll continue when we get to the waist, continue to the left shoulder. And going down from the left shoulder along the left side of the body. And once we made it to the waist, we change hands again. Now left hand and the navel and right hand, we begin moving from the left hip joint to the right. Remember the pelvis has got a lot of stuck energy. So allow it to open up. And when we get to the right hip joint, we go down the right leg. So once we get to the tip of the toes, we pause again for several seconds to have an impression of our whole body. And then we continue by climbing back up. Until we make it to the right hip joint and then to the navel center. Once we get to the navel center, we change hands again. Now the right hand on the navel. And we begin on the right hip joint with the attitude of renewing ourselves. We move to the left. And we're moving all the way to the left hip joint and then down the leg to the tip of the toes. Once we make it to the tip of the toes, we pause again for several seconds. And then we go back up. And from the left hip joint, we move to the navel center until both hands are together. You can put your hands on your knees if you want. And pay attention to the whole body. If your eyes are closed, allow them to open gently to a peripheral view. And we'll find out whether the head is more silent or the emotions more calm. Is the body more relaxed? And whether you feel some affection. You have to decide whether you want to share something, because if you do not want to share anything, maybe we'll ask Ronnie to play us a song.
We should all look like 18-year-old, isn't it? If we renewed our bodies and souls.
I'm going to attempt playing with my drone flute today. Bring different energy. I said renew, right?
Yeah.
Oh, really beautiful. Thank you.
It was like two birds singing at the same time.
That's right.
I want to share that I'm in my mind. I feel on the middle of in the full moons are coming up. It's going to be we believe it's like the new year of the trees. We call it Tu B'Shvat. So I'm kind of feeling all the energy from the trees that we celebrate in a few days. So I'm sharing it with the kids. I'm sharing it with everyone.
Thank you.
Honoring the trees. This one made out of a cedar wood. So I'm trying to be aware of the material of each one of the flutes. So that was a cedar wood flute.
How many flutes do you have actually? Do you know?
It depends. If my dad used to make many flutes. If it's okay to share. So as growing up, he used to make a lot of flutes. So I have a lot of collections of his collections. And then since pandemic started, I think I gained like 3 more.
So something positive about pandemic.
Yes, I always try to, my dad had a saying that to look at the full side of the cup.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to live that every day, to look at the full size, the filled one.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about emptiness in our body and our thoughts, but I'm looking at the positive aura of our world.
You know, there's a problem looking at the full side of everything, because if you see the ice cream, you want to empty the cup with the ice cream. So if you see the empty cup, you know you've already eaten the ice cream. If you see it full all the time, you eat and eat and eat. You don't stop eating ice cream. So
It's okay. You know, when it's getting lower, you can fill it up again.
okay. Anybody else wants to share anything? No. Okay.
It was really nice, Joshua, as always. Thank you.
You know,
You're calm.
I miss Lorraine.
Oh, I don't know. You see, we forgot.
You have to take care of your people.
I'm not that, you know. I don't have a contact, I believe, on her. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But she's in the group, isn't it, that you send a message? So she would read your invite, reminder.
Yeah, of course, I know. Okay.
Okay.
Anything else, anybody? Bye-bye, au revoir.
Bye-bye, Sue. Bye-bye, Mary. Bye-bye, everyone.
Next week.
See you next week. Ta-ra.
Thank you, Yoshua.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, תודה.
Laila Tov.
לילה טוב, good night.
Oh, yeah, I'm missing.
Bye.
Bye, Mary. Bye, Mary. You know what a Hail Mary is? In football.
No, tell me.
In football, in American football, it's a very long throw from one side of the field to the other. Hoping that your player will goal.
I've always got a lot of hope. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, maybe.
It doesn't actually happen most of the time, and most of the time I miss the goal, but I do try.
Well, you'll make it one day.
One day, and then I'll be screaming, ah! Take care, all.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
גדליה, אתה בסדר?
כן, תודה רבה.
תודה רבה, אני מקווה שהיה לך קצת בסדר. אני יכול לסגור?
אתה יכול לעשות כל העולה על רוחך.
אוקיי, אני סוגר, אז תודה ולהתראות.
תודה רבה.
תודה.
לילה
ביי
טוב.
ביי. Thanks. Mary, bye.